Dan filed this report earlier about their conversation.
Artificial intelligence is the connective thread that ties together the economy, politics, and technology here at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Now, many of the world leaders who attend the forum are concerned that automation and AI could replace and destroy economies in both the developing world and affluent countries. Dr. Ben Goertzel, who helped build Sophia the robot, one of the first examples of human-like AI, spoke with CBS News about how AI will replace jobs but also build jobs in the near future.
Working for a living is going to go obsolete, and ultimately that will be great. What you'll have is AIs and robots making the stuff we need and providing the services that we need, and they will enjoy doing this because they were programmed to enjoy doing this. The path to get there may be significantly rocky because our society is not even that good at dealing with much smaller disruptions, let alone with a disruption as large as this one. So I actually don't worry much about the end game. I think it's going to be great, but I do worry about the path getting there, and especially in the developing world.
Goertzel and his colleagues at SingularityNet are also looking into the far future and a technology called artificial general intelligence, or robots that could exceed human intelligence. He explained that science fiction-like tech is closer than we might think.
SingularityNet project really has two motives which are achieved by the same technical design. One motive is to move toward beneficial general intelligence by creating a platform where different AIs can combine together into general intelligence where the whole has more intelligence than the sum of the parts. The other is to create a platform in which emerging general intelligence is governed and guided democratically. So everyone in the world can put AI into it, put their own data into it, and teach the AIs in the network by using it. And the governance of this network is by democratic voting of all the participants in the network rather than by voting of the shareholders of a corporation, right?
Many AI experts, including Goertzel, who is on the forefront of the field, are concerned about military firms and major technology companies dominating AI tech. He explained why this could be a problem and how open source technology could help bring balance to the tech economy.
I don't think it's a good thing that AI is being primarily developed by a handful of large government, military, and intelligence organizations, and then a handful of large companies working in close concert with them. I don't think this is going to get us in the smoothest way toward a world where, superhuman general intelligences are creating an economy of abundance for everyone.
But Goertzel remains fundamentally optimistic about AI technology. Why? Because, well, humans, he says, are fundamentally good, and humans, after all, coded the robots. For CBS News.
Where are you focused within this market?
Thank you, Morgan. Well, Cumberland is a specialist in providing liquidity for the marketplace. What we look to do is to make sure that our counterparties have access to a depth of liquidity and ability to execute that they might not be able to find elsewhere. So oftentimes we're trading somewhere in the order of $100 million at a time to ensure that those counterparties can trade when necessary.
All right. So I want to get your take. Oh, go ahead.
On the other side of it, we're seeing a generalist model where other organizations focus on providing a full vertical of services for the industry, custody and agency execution and potentially a central limit order book. And those two things need to live side by side in order to have a healthy market.
I might pump, but I don't dump. And I would like to see Bitcoin succeed.
That's the most quiet I've ever been.
Short and sweet.
Never seen him. He's very quite muted there.
That was Elon Musk. It was so quick. You might not have realized it was quick. Yeah. Elon Musk. He was speaking yesterday at the B-Word conference, making the case for owning Bitcoin. Well, I mean, of course he wants Bitcoin to
Well, I mean, there's
succeed,
been this
right?
kind of recidivist rearguard action to bring back non-fungible tokens. We saw that with Steve Jobs. Look, the people who are long these things have been quiet, almost as if they're trying to trap the shorts. Musk is very clever at that. We know that. He talked about owning Ethereum. Now, I own Ethereum, and I think that I feel like you have to have exposure to Bitcoin, just like you have to have exposure to gold. There is something, I don't know if you caught Deirdre Bosa's incredible interview yesterday with the guys from Tether. Brutal. Brutal. Why? Because their lack of transparency was so frightening that Gary Gensler gave a speech yesterday to the American Bar Association where he's talking about maybe it's time to regulate some of these securities. Now, people don't want ever to hear that any of the things that you see right now are securities, particularly Tether. But if Gary Gensler decides that a security, he mandates that as a security, we're going to find out what they own. Now, Deirdre Bosa does not have subpoena power. Gary Gensler does.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, you know, I come back with that video just to make you think. And right now in the current crypto space, we're not seeing a lot of volatility, but we are seeing is a lot of building. The same building that we see in the legacy market if you know your history. So right now, all the products that are in the current stock market, we see them moving over to crypto. So right now, this is a gambling casino. But we know the New World Order has to build the economy first. So that's the reason why all the talk around crypto is always financial. But like Andrew Yang stated, they're going to move through the economy. So crypto, of course, is nothing but an algorithm on blockchain. The same thing just about with every job is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. The algorithms, the drones, the robots, because we know we have millions of people out of work and they don't want to go back to those low-paying jobs because that's what's been sold to them. Why go to work when you can sit at home and get free money? And we know what that free money is, cryptocurrencies. But little do they know, all your privacy is out the window. They will tell you what, when, and where to buy it. Remember what R3 David said, spend it in 3 to 6 months or poof, it's gone. Because remember, when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols? Who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.